Hey guys, welcome back to the wood shop. And as you've seen my last video, you know we got some tool videos coming up. Today we're doing one on this Ridgid 7 1/4 cordless circular saw. This particular one is a model R8654B, 18 volt. I don't know if I said that already. This one is not going to be so much of an unboxing video because, to be honest with you, this was a Christmas present, and I kind of dived into it a little early, but I'm going to show you some of the features of it. I want to show you my favorites in here too, so just stick around. And as with any Ridgid tool, you want to register this thing when you get it new. See, I've already got the battery in here. And this particular one, I'm not running on a full charge battery, but we'll still show you what we've got as far as power. There's a few accessories that comes with it. And of course, all your paperwork, instructions, you know, how to register this, that kind of stuff. There are a couple things like this one, personally, I won't be using. And what that's for is you mount it on here, and if you're hanging your tools from the rafters of your garage or your shop or whatever it might be, that just allows that to hook over that, but I'm not going to be doing that. And one other little side note here, I'm thinking about doing some changing in my wood shop here. I kind of like these tools, but I kind of don't. And so I'm thinking about doing some of my power tools on here and having some holders up here for these for quick use, quick grabbing. And I do use these a lot, but you know, I think I could probably repurpose those into a different spot. But just tell me if it's a video you might want to see, and we'll get back to you later on that one. Okay, the next little accessory I wanted to show to you. Up until just a year or so ago, I had not had any form of dust collection other than a shop vac, and I hadn't really utilized it very much. So this one comes with a little adapter here that you can take off back here and mount that in place of it if you want to run dust collection, shop vac, that kind of stuff. Pop your hose on there while it's running and suck a lot of that dust out of there. So might be something you want to think of if you're looking for one of these. Okay, so I'm going to go over some of the features here, and some of them I think are pretty doggone cool, especially I've never had a circular saw that had some of these features. The first one I want to point out that you'll read in the book if you buy this one, the instruction manual. This does already have provisions in it for an edge guide. If you're not familiar with what that is, it's basically a bar that runs through here and allows you to move it in and out and to attain a certain width. If you want to move it out here and you cut a 3-inch, you know, 3-inch wide board, you know, maybe if you don't have a track saw or a table saw, that might be a good option for you. The next feature I think is pretty cool. Of course, it is built in with your hand, so naturally as soon as your hand is in here, you're going to be touching it. I know it's hard to see on camera, but up under here there's a button and you can see it. Let it go out just a second there. It does stay on for a second. Okay, so it's went out. But as soon as you put your hand in here like you're going to squeeze the trigger, you can see that light pop on there. So that's always a good way to light up what you're working on. Here is the blade lock, which allows you to change your blades. But by far, my favorite feature on this one is the bevel gauge and the depth gauge. And why I like those so much is they have positive stops. If you're familiar with a miter saw, most of those have positive stops at certain angles. And this particular one, as far as the depth goes, loosen this thing up here. I don't know if you can tell. You can hear those little clicks. And so that's 1/2-inch intervals. You know, if you want to drop this blade up or down, a 1/2 inch or so or an inch, it allows you to do that. And as well, in the bevel gauge. You can hear that click. And I think that one is 15 degrees, 22 and a half, 30, 45. And this one, I don't know maybe why it goes out that far, because I definitely don't use a 56 degree angle very often, but it is on there, and it does have a positive stop for that one. Now, I've yet to actually stick a square on there to see if that's accurate, but most of the time when you're using a circular saw, you're doing it for just rough cutting, so it doesn't have to be perfectly square. But let's get this next thing set up here, and we'll show you how this thing runs and how good it cuts. Notice too, when I fire this thing up, what a unique sound it has, and it could be just the fact that it's a cordless. I've only owned one other cordless. I don't want to name a brand and sound like I'm bashing them, but it was kind of an older technology, and it didn't work very good. You could charge that battery up all day long and barely get through a piece of wood without it going dead. So anyway, let's give this thing a shot here, and right now we're on 90 degrees, just square to the bottom here. I don't know if you can tell a whole lot about that, but that was just the factory Ridgid blade in here. I installed the one that came with it, so nothing fancy, but it's good and smooth, not really much tear out. And like I said, that was a 90 degree rip, so we're going to set this thing at, might as well shoot at 45 degrees. And we'll cut that one and see how it turns out. Even on the angled one here, we've got a good smooth cut, not much tear out, as you can see, and this is a rough piece of wood, so that's kind of surprising. But yeah, so far power wise, it's doing really well. And as I said before, this is not even a full charge battery. I'm actually on 2 bars there, and this thing is a 4-bar battery. I don't know if you can tell that or not. But I'm super excited to use this thing. I know it's going to, serve me well in my shop. Whether it's for you, that's up for you to decide. I'm just wanting to put the video out there, kind of showing you the options this thing has, and maybe push you in that direction if that's something you want to go with. So either way, we're at the end of the video. Thank you for joining me. Hopefully this give you a little information. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll see you on the next one.